afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Mathematical Literacy. My name is Duduzile Kupeka, and I'm taking you for grade 12 Mathematical Literacy. On the front screen, you'll see my email address. It's for any queries related to mathematical literacy. If you have any questions regarding the past papers or anything at all, as long as it's mathematical literacy related, I will gladly assist you. So yesterday we were busy with the paper one for November 2018. We are continuing with that part, only the finance section. Ne? So this is the question we were busy with yesterday. We answered it, but yeah, let's discuss a bit. It's asking for us to state the payment method used to transfer money into this account. This account, and I moved through quickly with this one, that's why I'm going over it again. We will see that each time money was transferred into this account, it is indicated on the credit side. Each time money was put into the account, it's on the credit. So there are two times when money was transferred into this account. So we get that information on details about the type of transfer that happened or the type of payment method. And here we can see that both times the money was transferred into this account, it was through a bank account direct deposit. So the type of payment method used to transfer money into this account is a direct deposit. It's bank account direct deposit, yes. And then moving on now, the last question for 2.1. It's the 2.1.8. A family friend paid the balance of 40,386 rand 60 cents on condition that the amount could be paid back in equal monthly installments, interest-free. Show how the monthly installment of 8,077 rand 32 cents was calculated if the first payment was due on 1 November 2017 and the last payment was due on 1 March 2018. So let's highlight the important points here before we get to answer the question. We're dealing first with this. This is the balance that the family friend paid. Where do we find this balance on our table here, on the statement? There, that's the due to us. That means Tamrin owes 40,386 rand 60 cents to the university by the end of September, right? Yes, by the end of September, that is the overall balance that she owes. And then now we are assuming she doesn't have that money to pay. Then a family friend has paid this balance on behalf of her. But there are conditions to this arrangement with the family friend. The condition is that the amount could be paid back in equal monthly installments, interest-free. So that's the great part here. There's no interest charged to this. So it's just splitting this money into equal monthly payments. And then we need to show, this means this 8,077 rands 32 cents is the amount that was paid in installment. That's the monthly installment amount. We need to show how this value was calculated. If the first payment was due on 1 November 2017 and the last payment was due 1 March 2018. So let's start counting. November will be the first month. November, it's month 1. December, it's month 2. January, it's month 3. February is month 4. And then March is month 5. So it means this money was paid back over 5 months. So how can we work this out? Can someone give me an answer? I want to see if you're understanding this. Can someone quickly work it out and provide an answer for me? Yes, Limondre is correct. That is exactly how we worked it out. To work out the monthly installment, it is the 40,386 rand 60 cents divided by 5. So this money was divided by 5 because it was split over 5 months. There were equal payments in those 5 months. And that is how we worked out to get the 8,077 rand 32 cents. So if you do it like this, you will get your full 2 marks. Thank you, Limonre. I'm moving on now. Ne? If you have any question, feel free to type in the chat box or raise your hand. But I'm moving on to the next question here. Same paper, right? November 2018, paper 1. The graph below shows the effect of installation from 2015 going back 50 years. Not effect of inflation, my bad. I'm sorry about that. It's inflation. So what are we looking at here? We are looking at the effect of inflation from 2015 going back. Going back 50 years. So we analyze the whole information before we even attempt to answer the questions. We first need to analyze the information presented to us so that at least you understand what that question is about. Ne? So in this question here, we've got this graph given to us. On the x-axis, given the years, and then on the y-axis, we are given the cost in rand. We can see that this is a value of a trolley costing 1,000 rand in 2015. Okay, this trolley in 2015 cost 1,000 rand. In 2010, it cost 701 rands. In 2005, it cost 557. In year 2000, it cost 418 rands. In 1995, it cost 291 rands. In 1985, it cost 85 rands. In 1975, it cost 26 rands. And in 1965, it cost 14 rands. So what we can see from this graph here is that whatever these items are in this trolley, so it's the same items. Né? So this is showing us the same items in one trolley. All these items are put in one trolley, but we are analyzing their inflation rates over the years. In 1965, you'd buy those things, it would cost 14 rand to get all those items in the trolley. But in 2015, it would cost you 1,000 rand to get the same items you used to get in the for 14 rand. So the same items. We'll assume here it's these ones listed here. Below are certain South African items and their prices for the years 1970 and 2015. So let's assume first for the graph, let's assume we've got bread, milk, rice. Yeah, let's just say we've got those three: bread, milk, rice. In 1965, all those three would cost you 14 rands. In 2000, they would cost you about 418 rands. But in 2015, they cost about 1,000 rand. So we can only assume how much it would cost now in 2020, the same items in one trolley. You see, that's what we refer to when we're talking about inflation. It's still the same items, but the price of those items keeps increasing. And because of the increase in price, there's an increase in inflation rate. And that's what is happening here. And then let's look at the table. These are certain South African items and their prices for the years 1970 and 2015. We've got the Spur burger, which in 1970, it was 30 cents. But in 2015, it is 62 rands 90 cents. The cheddamelt steak, it was 50 cents in 1970. But in 2015, it's 104 rands 90 cents. Coffee, 750 grams. It was 25 cents in 1970. But in 2015, it's 75 rands. Nestle condensed milk was 10 cents in 1970. But in 2015, it's 19 rands. Can you imagine that? Do you see how steep these increases are actually? Oh yes, Limondre. Limondre is making an important point that we also need to pay attention to the fact that 1970 does not appear on the graph, so we don't get confused. Yes, Limondre is right. Right now, these two, treat them separately. The information here on the graph and the information on the table, treat them differently. We've got two sets of information. There's that on the graph and there's that on the table. So if there's any question related to the graph, they will tell you and be specific. If there's a question relating to the table, it will also again be specific. Ne? So please don't confuse the two. Thanks, Limondre, for that important note. Okay, now I'm moving on to question 2.2.1. Get ready to type in the chat box or raise your hands. I need as many answers as possible. Ne? We are helping each other pass the exams here, remember? So we will work together as a team to find the best way to answering these questions. The answers I present, especially the theory ones, are just guidelines. Actually, it's not me saying this is the only correct answer there is, especially the ones with theory, not the calculations. The calculations ones, of course, they are the correct ones. But the theory ones, that's guiding you as to what is expected from you when you answer. So we can all work together. Give me your own way you would answer it and let us fix you and correct you so that you are better prepared for exams. So don't be afraid of making mistakes, because if it's better to make your mistakes now, we fix those mistakes. By the time you get to your exam, you are ready and you have fixed all those mistakes. So think of it that way. So explain the term inflation within the given context. So this year, both graphs, both the graph and the table will show us they are talking about the changes in prices, right? But we can also see how the inflation has actually occurred in these two instances. So how would you explain the term inflation within this given context? Okay, I'm going to read you the answers that I'm receiving. I'll read all of them. The rise in prices of goods supply due to demand increases. Okay, that's the one answer. We will analyze all of them and discuss. The second answer is it is when the cost of goods and services increase over a short period of time. Then the other answer is an increase in the price of a basket of goods that represent the economy as a whole. Then there's average increase in price of goods and services over a period of time. Another one is inflation refers to the yearly rate at which the price of goods and services increases. Also, it's the charge of food from one year to the next. Then the last one here is it refers to the general increase in prices and the decrease in the purchasing power of money against a particular standard. Okay, let's discuss this. The very first one, the rise in prices of goods supply due to demand increases. Oh, okay. I see your answer, Limondrene. But We're not, Limondre, are you doing economics? I wanna, thing is, in this case, it's not really about the supply. More than it is about the increase in the prices, actually. It's just the increase in prices, and we don't really get to explain the supply or the demand part of it. Because according to Limondre's answer, the increase in price is because of the demand. That's how you've stated it, right, Limondre? That inflation in this term is because of the demand, and that's why there was an increase. But in this case, inflation would be a measure of rate at which the cost of goods is changing over a period of time and is usually expressed as a percentage. This is really up to you. You don't have to, you see, like I said, these are guidelines. Or the percentage increase of the food prices over the period of 1970 to 2015, or percentage increase of price over a period of time, or inflation is the rising price of goods or items over time. So, for the fact that you have all mentioned that there is a rise in prices of goods, that would definitely get you the 1 mark of this question. The most important thing to include here is that the price is increasing. And then it's increasing over a period of time, because we are comparing here the price over different years. And we see that this price keeps on increasing over the different years. So inflation here would be the calculation, it's the rate of that change, it's the measurement of that change in prices. Yeah? So all the other answers I see here are correct. Yes. Okay, Limondra is asking, doesn't the tax year of or then have an effect on the rate? It would have an effect, ne? But the main point of this right now, the main point of calculating the inflation is the fact that it's prices that are increasing over a period of time or over a number of years. Ne? So the 2 main points is the increase. That's what you need to indicate. The increase or the change in prices over a period of time or over a number of years. That's the main point here. When we deal with the causes of that increase, then that's something else. Yes, you may be correct. It might be because there was an increase in demand, and therefore there's an increase in prices as they are supplying these goods. That might be correct. But the main point of inflation in this case is that it is due to the inflation is what is the rate of change that we have calculated. It's the rate of change of these prices over the number of years. So we are not dealing with the causes of that increase. We are just dealing with the fact that inflation refers to the change or the increase in prices over the number of years. Ne? So not necessarily the reason why it's increasing, just that it is increasing over the different years. So for your answer there, I'd probably give you 1 mark, Limondre, but everyone else, I think it would be 2 marks. Yeah, so as long as, like I said, quick word, as long as you mention that there's an increase or that there's a change in prices over the number of years or over a period of time, that change is calculated as a rate. So here they speak of percentage, but as long as you measure, you indicate it's the rate of change in prices or the rate of increase in prices over time, anything like that. When Limondre, you are very correct in all those, I can see that you understand this work and you understand the economics around it. But let us be careful to just answer the question as it is asked. They are just wanting to find out what is inflation in this context only. But thank you so much for your answers. You all would have been correct there. And then question 2, write down the price of a Spur burger in 1970. How much did the Spur burger cost in 1970? It doesn't deserve to be asked. It's 3 marks, and do you even notice that it's 2 marks? So imagine this is where you literally get to you collect all the marks possible. Yeah. So this one, like you are saying, Limonde, it doesn't deserve to be asked. One would wonder why it's even in a grade 12 exam. But I think more than anything, they are trying to test if you are reading your graph and you are paying attention. Because for people who don't pay attention, you'd be surprised. This very question that you all think is so easy, someone would write the other price of 62 rands 90 because they did not pay attention to the year that it's asked. Or they might give you a price of something else on the item there. So more than just you understanding the context, I think it's basically to test if you are really paying attention or you are reading, you see. So yes, it seems very easy. So take advantage of such questions. Give it, just answer correctly. Imagine now you just got 2 marks. Very free 2 marks, which could mean the difference between your distinction or your pass. You see that? So yes, Limondre, you got it. There are your 3 marks. And then question 3, calculate by how much the cost in rand of a trolley had increased from 2000 to 2005. By how much in rand of a trolley had increased from 2000 to 2005. So by how much? Let's do our calculations here. We are focusing on these particular years, 2000, from 2000 to 2005, these 2 years. Everyone has answered correctly. It's 557 rand minus 418 rands. It is equals to 139 rands. I hope all you guys who just gave me the answer actually did you remember to write down the calculation, right? Yes, all the answers are correct. So what's important to note with this one? This one again is very easy. As we can see, it was easy to answer this one. It is important to pay attention to this. They said calculate. So when you write down your answer, you show your calculations. You show how you got that 139. So it would be that 557 rand minus 418 rand is equal to 139 rand. You can even go as far as saying a cost in 20, it's cost in 2005, cost in 2005 minus cost in 2000. Excuse the bad handwriting. It's the keypad. I can't write using this keypad. Cost in 2005 minus cost in 2000. Then 557 rand minus 418 rands. It is equals to 139. Then there you have your full 3 marks. So you don't just jump into writing your answer. Ne? because if you just give only the answer, then you will not get the full 3 marks. You probably get 1 or 2 marks just for the correct answer, but you wouldn't get the full 3, especially because the question is clear. They're saying calculate, so they need you to show calculations. Then, why do I have the answer here? I don't know what's happening here. Okay, I even gave you the answer here. What's going on here? Okay, this one was given, unfortunate for me. I don't know what's going on with this screen, but anyway, question 2.2.4. Calculate the percentage increase of coffee from 1970 to 2015, and you may use the following formula. New price minus old price over old price multiplied by 100. That is how you calculate the percentage increase. How do we calculate that? The new price, let's go to Recoffee. I'm sorry, I thought I had pasted the slide. The Recoffee in 1970 to 2015. So it means clearly we are focusing on this part there, ne? Recoffee, there is Recoffee. 1970, it was 0 rand, it was 25 cents. And then in 2015, it was 75 rands. So in 1970, it was 25 cents. In 2015, it was 75 rands. So that means it's the new price of 75 rands minus the old price of 25 cents over the old price of 25 cents multiplied by 100. If you do those calculations, you will find that the percentage increase is 29,900%. Recoffee has increased the price by 29,900%. That's a big increase, ne? That's like, wow, I've literally, how many things do you know that increased by that much? So people, someone who was alive that time, it must be very strange right now. So we'll be glad that this change happens gradually, ne? So it doesn't just jump. So that's why it would be easy enough to get used to the change. And sometimes you wouldn't even notice. But for people who were alive that time and who were buying things and they are comparing now, it's literally really strange. Because imagine you used to buy this for 25 cents and now you're buying it for 75 rands. This means, can you imagine how much cars and houses used to cost during that time? So always pay attention to the formula, ne? The formula, they've told you exactly which formula to use. So that was easy enough. Lucky you were even given the formula. All you have to do right now is just substitute the answers in here. And then next question, 2.2.5. A cheddamelt steak was sold for 104 rands 90 cents at a percentage profit of 17.5%. Determine the cost price. I need you guys to give me the answer here. I'm waiting for your answers. Calculate the cost price. You remember this work we had covered when we did the cost price, the selling price. Remember that session? When was it? I don't remember when. Oh, it was that week when we were using MS Teams. So yes, you might have missed that, but like I said, you should go back to those videos. Yeah. I'm getting different answers from all of you guys here. All the answers provided here are different. Lisedi, the formula for the previous question was to calculate the percentage change, or like the inflation rate, ne? The percentage change or inflation rate. So we cannot use that formula. Here we need to use the formulas we use when calculating cost price, or you can manipulate the formulas used when calculating selling price or when calculating the percentage profit, or those markup, those formulas there. You can literally use any of those formulas that involve cost price, selling price, markup, and manipulate those. Let me show you all the different ways I have here. I see. Okay, let me follow the answers you're providing here in the chat box. It's easy enough to discuss this if you've provided me with your steps, ne? So that we can be able to follow. Okay, let me again. Let's try this formula. Let me clear the screen and let's try to do it together. I don't know, okay, I want to write in yellow so it's clear. I've got, this one, right? What formulas do you know? Let's manipulate those formulas. Cost price is also this formula of selling price multiplied by 100 over 100 plus the percentage profit. So let's try it here. What's the selling price? 104 multiplied by 100 over 100 plus this percentage profit. $0.175. Are we all doing the calculations? Give me in the chat box, give me the other formulas that involve cost price, selling price, and profit. I'm trying to get to this answer here. 10, 4, 90 over 117.5. Then if you calculate that divided by 117.5, that 89.28. Okay, and then I see your formulas here. So the other one given here is the cost price equals to selling price minus profit. Cost price equals to selling price minus profit. Ne? But all these are in rand value, as you can see, there should be in rand value. So selling price is what? It's the 104 rands 90 cents. But what's the profit rand value? Not the profit percent. Yes, Tepang, I said that. So any formula, as long as it involves profit, selling price, or cost price, we will manipulate those. How? Let's remember here, we need to substitute a value for profit, ne? But we need to substitute a rand value for profit, right? But right now we are given the profit in percentage form. So how do we work out the rand value of profit? I want you to show us, Limondre, how did we work out that value for profit so that everyone else can follow. Okay, there you've already typed in the answer. I see it there. It's how do you work out profit, guys? I see the one you've given here, but it's not the one. Okay, I see you, Limondre and Tepang, you gave me the same answer when it comes to profit. You said you used which formula? Let's see here. You said the selling price multiplied by the profit. That's what I'm seeing, right? Okay, let me show you. Let's manipulate this formula. Cost price is equals to selling price minus profit, right? If I wanted to find profit, it would be profit is equals to selling price minus, no, it would be cost price minus, wait, let me show you here. I would move everything else to the other side, right? Where's my eraser so that I write clearly? I disagree with that answer, Limondre, and okay, Genesis is saying 7.5 over. You guys are still giving me that same answer. This answer, that's what everyone is busy proposing. 17.5 over 100 minus 104. That's what everyone else, that's what Limondre and Tepang also gave me. Is that clear? This is how, look, the first one I used is this one, Limondre. I'm using this formula here. Do you see that formula? This one here that I have here. I substituted everything into this formula. Cost price equals to selling price multiplied by 100 over 100 plus the profit percentage. That's one straight formula. You can substitute into that formula to get the answer. That is one way of doing it. And I wanted us to explore other ways of doing it because there's more than one way of doing this. That's why I did it like that. Can you at least tell me you see this one? Do you understand this one? I want us to continue exploring various other ways because, like I said, there's not one way to getting to the answer. There is more than one way. Okay, yes, Limondre, that's fine. You were not taught using this formula, so we will explore using different ways of getting it right. Ne? So for now, time is up, but it's good. I want you individually to go and find this answer. Please copy down this question. You can even copy down this one way of doing it. And then also do it in your own ways. Tomorrow when we start, I will start with this one. We will do it tomorrow together, Limondre. There's time now. They just told me I've got 2 minutes left. So because of that time, and I see everyone needs help with this particular question, I need you to do it as homework. Then tomorrow we will do all the different steps together. Right? Can we agree? Can you please promise me you will do at least this one question for homework? This one. I need you to do this one. That is the most important so that we will do together and we will explore our answers together. So you have plenty of time. Go through the different textbooks. So if you remember, I've been telling you about these different textbooks. Go to them, consult them. Tomorrow we'll do all those various ones. I'll even have a clear slide so we work out all calculations together. Yeah, time again. I'm really out of time now, guys. See you tomorrow with the answers, ne? So this is your homework. Please promise me you'll do it. Please. See you tomorrow, ne? We're really out of time now. Okay, bye-bye. It's hard saying goodbye, ne? Bye-bye. Yeah.